tryna go to the stars. She been off drugs all day. She think that she landed in Mars.
What's good, Intuition family? We are back for another one, episode 34. I want to continue to thank all of y'all for y'all support. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe. Today I have a very special young lady, one of my greatest friends that I've met in my whole time in college. I'm here with Ayana Richardson. I'm going to let her introduce herself and we're going to get right into it. Thank you, Ayana.
Thank you, Cody. That was such a beautiful introduction.
So silly, y'all.
Nice to meet y'all. My name is Ayana Richardson. I'm a business administration major at North Carolina A&T, and I'm from South Carolina. Yes.
Okay, y'all. Today we're gonna have a real deep and meaningful conversation. Ayana has a great story to tell. She's been through a lot in her life. She's 22 years old. She's standing strong out here, putting herself through school. I know a lot of people can or cannot relate, so I just can't wait for her to tell her story and be able to relate to y'all. So my first question to you, Yana, what does success/stability look like to you, knowing all the things that you've been through in your life?
Success, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, success look like money.
Okay.
Money,
y'all.
That's money, and I know that money isn't everything, but honestly, realistically, it is to me.
Okay.
It's definitely 70% of life. Stability. I want to have a nice, stable job. Like, I want to be able to take 2 weeks off from work and my first check of the month covered everything. Like, I want to have a good job. To that, I want to live comfortably. I want to be able to go on trips and not worry about anything. And I also want to have a nice husband and family, a nice family to come home to. That's stability too.
What does a good family life look like to you?
A good family life.
And involving like what your husband does, your kids on a daily basis. What does that look like to you?
Okay, so I want 2 kids. I want 2 kids to mimic me and my brother. And let me see. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
I did it. So
I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't mind being an entrepreneur. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm sorry. I don't mind being a businesswoman and having my own job because I'm gonna have a little something on the side just because I do have a spending habit. But I want my husband to take care of 70%. I want him to pay almost everything. And I take care of the kids. Day in the life looks like I wake up, I make breakfast for the family. Make a lunch for my husband, send him off to work. It doesn't matter what job he has, as long as he is a good man. He is a provider. He wants to be a provider. And, he got a good head on his shoulders. He goes to work. And, I stay at the house, clean it, a little bit. Not too much because our house ain't going to be dirty at all.
Okay.
Get dinner started. You might as well start it early. I want my kids to be involved. So I didn't get to be involved at all. So,
why is that?
Because my family didn't have no money.
Okay.
I didn't have no money. We didn't have no money. In high school I only went to 1 football game. And I had to leave early. But I want my kids to be involved so I can support them in what they want to do, and I want them to try everything.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to take them to and from school, things like that. I want to do what a stay-at-home mom does.
I feel it. So, like I said before and earlier when we first got into the interview, how does having to pay for college out of pocket by yourself and not really have a support system really affect you? Because, we go to a nice school, we see a lot of kids, come from great backgrounds, they drive in all type of cars, Chargers, BMWs, Mercedes, Tesla. So when you see that type of stuff and knowing the daily challenges that you go through on a weekly basis, what does that do to you? How does that affect you? Do you get mad? Do you get upset?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel enraged. I'm angry, but then also I feel a sense of pride and I can't find the word, but I said I'm proud of myself because
right.
I feel a sense of rage and anger because why can't that be me?
Right.
I think about that all the time, and it's like, I know my mom did the best she can, but like, dang. Like, I feel like my mom should be able to go half with me, and she can't.
Right.
And I'm not faulting her for none of that, because, everybody only lives once, but I do feel envious of people who can just call their mama, hey, I want a new car, I get a new car. Ugh.
Do you feel like those people take it for granted?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, they take it for granted.
Why do you say that?
Because when you're used to having something all the time, you lose the value of it. That's why rich people, when they have all the money, they don't really see the true value of the money.
Right.
And but I also feel a sense of pride because, like you said, not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can pay for tuition out of pocket.
Right.
Lord knows I wouldn't have been able to if I wasn't given the tools and the drive to do it. So.
Right. So, being at our school now, like I said, a lot of people come from money. What has, moving from home and to college taught you about, yourself as a whole since you've been down here? Like, how have you been able to grow as a person, learn from other people's backgrounds, and learn from your experiences while you've been here too, without having a support system as well?
Yeah, something I learned about myself is I'm expensive. I'm so serious. I'm expensive, y'all. Like, I thought because of where I grew up at that, because I grew up in Matertown. If y'all watch Lightning McQueen, Cars, the town Mater was in. That's where I grew up at. I don't care. Lancaster, South Carolina. I'm gonna say the name.
Rep it.
Yes.
Rep it.
Lancaster. I forgot what I was about to say. I'm sorry. I'm forgetful. What I was saying?
You were saying that's where you grew up at, Lancaster, South Carolina.
What was I saying before that?
It was like the Lightning McQueen movie.
But what was I saying before that?
I don't know. What were you saying?
I don't know. But what was the question?
I said how was
moving from.
Yeah.
I learned about a lot about myself. I'm expensive. I learned that I really truly don't know. I didn't know how to manage money. I learned that moving up here taught me that I have the same habits as my family. I have the good habits and I also have the bad habits. Because when you isolate yourself and you get away from all you've known, you come to college to transform into who you are. And oh my Lord, I have the spending habits of my mother. I have the anger issues of my brother. I have the coldness of my grandmother. But also I have the good attributes from them. I have the drive from my grandmother. My grandma is a businesswoman. She owns her own rental properties. She has several places of residence. So I do have the drive from my grandmother. I have the communication skills of my mother, and my brother is also a hardworking man. So moving up here from home has taught me those things, and yeah. And
what has, because we both we 21 plus now. We both paying rent for our own apartment. So how has
Don't remind me.
I know how has being able to having to money manage and probably making a lot of certain sacrifices, maybe not being able to eat out this week, may not be able to go to this party, may not be able to take this trip on spring break with my friends. How has that, shaped you and molded you? Because sometimes that could be like, okay, hey, this week I got to be disciplined, but man, they looking like they having such a good time on that spring break trip. I wish I could have went, but that's just not in my cards right now. So, what does that do for you? Or what does this time in our life really show you about not even your money making, management skills, but like what you want for yourself in the future as well, or what you don't want your kids to go through?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, ask it one more time.
What has you having to manage your money and being disciplined, but also having to make certain sacrifices and not being able to experience everything or miss out on certain events or trips with your friends due to financial, not even problems, but just going, just being an adult,
It made me realize that this is crunch time. That's what that has made me realize, because missing out on trips, I hate that. I really hate missing out on the trips and things that my friends do, missing out on parties and stuff, because what's it called? FOMO, fear of missing out. I hate that. And I really had that bad freshman year, but growing more, great things come with sacrifice. We could be partying all the time, going on trips now, but then I get in my 40s and I'm still working, 40, 50, still working, and nowhere near retirement. When I can lock in now, and then when I get my 40s and 50s, I'm rich.
Okay.
I'm rich. I can do what I want to do. So but I do feel like I miss out on a lot. But I just look at it as sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do a little more, but I gotta work more hours, and I hate that.
Yeah, I understand. So, Ayana definitely comes from a real different type of background than most people,
Yes.
So
no money.
So how has
noodles?
Okay. How has being homeless in your childhood shaped you into the person you are today and the way you see the world? because that's not a normal thing for a child to be, you know, kicked out of a house, kicked out of an apartment, you know, maybe even shunned by certain family members. So how do you view the world off of that, and what has that made your motivation for yourself to have a drive to always have money in your pocket be like?
I feel like going through those things. I'm sorry. I feel like going through those things have shaped my views on relationships. Not even just and I'm talking about like family, like relationships through the family and friends. Because I was thrown out and I was homeless when I was younger. Being younger, seeing that, it gave me the idea of, you know, you're taught that if you don't got nobody else, you got your blood. But being thrown out and stuff taught me that you don't even have your blood. You don't have your blood. I watched my mom struggle. I watched my mom cry. Not only was I homeless, like, we were sleeping in cars. We would go to school. Our school lunch was the only thing we had to eat. I had to watch my mom like go hungry for days, and it just taught me that like I really don't. It taught me not to value relationships. Honestly, my mom didn't have any friends. Well, I'm lying. My mom had one friend she could call on, but she tried not to call on her a lot, lean on her, because that's a lot to put on somebody. And I have picked up that like when I was going through what I was going through, I didn't want to call my friends, because why should I put that burden on you? I really don't have a strong bond with my family, honestly, because I seen that they didn't help my mother. I'm sorry, and that's why I moved out of South Carolina, and I'm not going back.
So now that you know you've come to college and you're meeting, you know, some friends, I know you can probably say, you know they'll be your lifetime friends. What does that mean to you now? What do those relationships mean to you now? Do you look at them differently, or do you look at even relationships differently because of the new people you meet in your life while you've been in college?
I love my friends dearly, and I look at them. I care for my friends a lot, and I look at a lot of my friends like family. But I do have it in the back of my mind that my friends can drop me at any time, because at the end of the day, don't laugh.
Okay.
I do have that in the back of my mind that they can drop me at any time, because at the end of the day, this is a dog eat dog world, and I was brought up that way. Now I have had a lot of friends that have showed me like, I'm here for you, like you don't have to go through stuff alone, but it's hard to break chains. I'm gonna say what you grow up and you see and what you think is chains, and you have to break out of it. So I do love my friends. I look at them as family, but yes, I do have that mindset in the back of my mind sometimes.
I understand. So based on what you say you've been through as a child, and you know all the things that you've gone through, what do you want to give to your kids that you may necessarily have not had at all during your childhood, and what do you wish better for the next generation of your family to come?
I want to give my kids stability. That's one of the biggest things ever in a father. I wasn't fortunate enough to grow up with a father. Black stereotype. That's why I will not have kids until I am ready, good and ready. Like, I'm not gonna have no kids till I know that me and my husband we don't have just love. We have the same mentality to have a partnership. Generations to come, because you can't wish wealth on everybody. Everybody's not meant to be wealthy. Some people are meant to be consumers, but I want everybody to have the same mindset of, we gonna get out of this though. I need to do what I need to do to take care of me and mine around me. So I want my generations to have that mindset. Don't give up. Don't be lazy. Because if you be lazy in this world, consume you like that.
Y'all heard her. So with all this stuff that you been through in your life, and even these last 3 years in college now that we've been here, I know you've had to definitely lean on a higher power besides yourself or your friends around you. So how has God impacted you, not even in your life, but let's just say the last year of your life and everything that you've been through?
God has impacted me so much. I watch sermons. I go to Bible study. I really had to lean on him in my hard times. Like, I had to lean on him so much, especially going through because paying for school, paying for rent, paying for my car, just supporting myself. Not even just that, going through paying for stuff and going through relationship problems, friendship problems relationship problems, going through mental battles and things of that sort. A lot of stuff that I went to, I feel like the normal person would have
Quit.
That's a good word. Look, you saved me.
Quit.
Saved me. A lot of people would have quit, given up. But he's held my back. You know, I talk to him every night. I have a conversation. You know, and he's got me. I'm a Christian. I was raised on believing in the Lord. You talk to him, he'll talk back. You just them private conversations that nobody else can hear can get you a long way. And it's taken me so long. So long. I've been talking to him since I was little.
That's real. And let me tell you something about Ayana. Ayana is one of the probably most diligent, disciplined, hardworking people I've ever met in my life. This girl done had all type of cars in the last 3 years. She stayed with a car. She gonna stay with a job as well. I've never seen her quit. I've never even heard her say that she, even thinks about quitting. She's been through so much in her life and all the things that she's done, and I know she'll be very, very successful in our future. And I can't wait to see what God has definitely unfolded for her life and her future as well. So now that those questions are out of the way, now we're going to have a real conversation.
No, thank you.
Based on the...
I hop in the motherfucking coupe, yeah, I'm slamming. I'm telling this hoe that I just wanna fuck, but she look like she don't understand. I climb on the top rope. If I see her up, he gon' get RKO like I'm Randy. I'ma aim at the Glock at his nose name.